Namaste and welcome back to Typical Monk. Today, we meet the invisible workers behind your curd, your medicines, clean water and richer soil. Microbes in human welfare. All of it straight from there and drilled the neat way. One idea at a time. Here is today's path. 5 stops. First, microbes in household foods. Second, industrial products, that is, beverages and antibiotics. Third, sewage treatment and biogas. Fourth, biocontrol agents and biofertilizers. And fifth, NEET drills, that is, assertion, match, and statement. Let us start in the kitchen. Curd is made by lactobacillus, the lactic acid bacteria. They coagulate milk protein and they also raise the vitamin B12 content. The butter for idli and dosa and bread are puffed up by carbon dioxide from Saccharomyces cerevisiae, that is, baker's yeast. Swiss cheese gets its large holes from carbon dioxide made by Propionibacterium sharmanii, and Roquefort cheese is ripened by Penicillium fungus. Toddy, a traditional South Indian drink, is made by fermenting the sap of palms. Now let us move to industry. Saccharomyces cerevisiae, brewer's yeast, ferment sugars into ethanol, giving wine and beer. Without distillation you get wine and beer, and with distillation you get whiskey, brandy and rum. Penicillin was the first antibiotic, from the fungus Penicillium notatum, discovered by Alexander Fleming. Ernest Chain and Howard Florey established its full potential, and the three shared the Nobel Prize. Now, the finer industrial products. Organic acids. Aspergillus niger makes citric acid, Acetobacter aceti makes acetic acid, and Clostridium butylicum makes butyric acid. Enzymes, lipases go into detergents, and pectinases and proteases clarify bottled juices. Streptokinase, from Streptococcus, is a clot buster used after a heart attack. Cyclosporin, A, from Trichoderma polysporum, is an immunosuppressant, and statins, from Monascus purpuris, lower blood cholesterol. Now let us clean up wastewater. Primary treatment physically removes solids by filtration and sedimentation. In secondary treatment, the effluent is aerated, aerobic microbes form flocks, and the bord drops sharply. In the settling tank, these flocks sink as activated sludge. A small part is reused as inoculum. The rest goes to anaerobic digesters, where methanogens produce biogas, which is mostly methane. Now let us step into the field. Bacillus thuringiensis, or BT, is sprayed as spores. Its toxin is released in the larval gut and kills butterfly caterpillars. Trichoderma, free-living fungi, check plant pathogens, and baculoviruses, that is, nuclear polyhedrovirus, give species-specific insect control. Ladybird beetles control aphids, and dragonflies control mosquitoes. Living biocontrol agents. Rhizobium fixes nitrogen in the root nodules of legumes, and Azospirillum and Azotobacter fix nitrogen free-living in the soil. Mycorrhiza, that is, Glomus, supplies phosphorus, and cyanobacteria like Anabaena and Nostoc fix nitrogen in paddy fields. Now the high-yield pointers. The facts NEET loves to turn into questions. 1. Curd comes from lactobacillus, which also raises vitamin B12. Baker's yeast is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. 2. Swiss cheese holes come from carbon dioxide made by Propionibacterium sharmanii. 3. Penicillin comes from Penicillium notatum. Fleming discovered it, Chain and Florey developed it. 4. Streptokinase is a clot buster. Cyclosporin A, from Trichoderma, is an immunosuppressant. Statins, from Monascus, lower cholesterol. 5. Secondary treatment lowers BOD. Biogas comes from methanogens, that is, Methanobacterium, and BT kills Lepidopteran larvae. Now the first drill, assertion and reason. Each time ask, is it true? Is R true? And does R explain A? 1. The large holes in Swiss cheese are due to carbon dioxide. R. Propionibacterium sharmanii releases carbon dioxide as the cheese ripens. Both true, and R explains A, so the answer is A. 2. A high BOD value indicates clean water. R. Bod measures the organic matter that microbes can oxidize. Here A is false, but R is true, so the answer is D. 3. A. Rhizobium is used as a biofertilizer. R. It fixes atmospheric nitrogen in the root nodules of legumes. Both true, and R explains A, so the answer is A. Now, the second drill, match the column. Make the correct pairs. Citric acid, Aspergillus niger. Cyclosporin, a Trichoderma polysporum. Statins, Monascus purpurus. And biogas, Methanobacterium, that is, a methanogen. Now, the third drill. How many of these statements are correct? Test them one by one. 1. Lactic acid bacteria turn milk into curd. This is correct. 2. Penicillin is obtained from a bacterium. This is wrong. It comes from a fungus. 3. Methanogens produce biogas under anaerobic conditions. This is correct. So the correct statements are 2. That is 1 and 3. Now let us clear the mistakes students fall into. Myth: the yeast in bread and alcohol is a bacterium. Truth: Saccharomyces cerevisiae is a fungus, a yeast. Myth: a higher bod means cleaner water. Truth: a higher bod means more organic pollution, that is, dirtier water. Now test yourself. Answer each one in your head before it appears. Answer before the reveal. That is how strong NEET recall is built. Question 1. Which bacterium makes curd? The answer is Lactobacillus, the lab. Question 2. The source of penicillin? Penicillium notatum. Question 3. Which microbe makes citric acid? Aspergillus niger. Question 4. The biofertilizer that fixes nitrogen in legume nodules? Rhizobium. Question 5. The main gas in biogas? Methane. Let us gather it all in one breath. Household: curd from Lactobacillus, batter and bread from yeast, cheese from Propion I bacterium and Penicillium. Industry: beverages from Saccharomyces cerevisiae, penicillin from Penicillium notatum. Fine products: citric acid from Aspergillus, structokinase, cyclosporin A, and statins. Sewage: secondary treatment lowers bod. Anaerobic digesters give biogas from methanogens. Agriculture: Biocontrol from Bt, Trichoderma and Baculovirus, and biofertilizers from Rhizobium, Mycorrhiza and Cyanobacteria. Next class, we open the world of biodiversity and classification. See you there. You have wrapped up a pure scoring chapter. Tiny microbes, but big marks. Be proud of that. One idea at a time, with a calm mind, and you'll crack NEET. This is Typical Monk. Every class, always free.